And we're back with my special guest, Addison Foote. And Addison is a professional at something that I have been trying to perfect now for, at least like one summer, and I'm terrible. But he is a professional skimboarder here in St. George. And I've been wanting to do something on the show for a long time. I don't know if you've ever heard the word staycation before, Addison. Have you ever heard that?
Never heard it.
Okay. Staycation is kind of a little phrase that means staying in your hometown kind of to go on vacation or to do really fun things. You kind of think of your hometown as a vacation destination.
Makes sense.
And so I was thinking about this and I thought, you know, one of the really great things to do, we can't surf here, right?
No.
So instead of surfing, lots of people skimboard, and it's getting to be quite a huge thing. And so I was looking online and I'm like, okay, I gotta find somebody in St. George who knows everything there is to know about skimboarding. And I found Addison. I watched a bunch of his videos on YouTube and read up on him. And he can do some of the most amazing things on a skimboard. So thank you for being here with me today to kind of help me out, because I'm horrible at it. But first of all, you haven't really been skimboarding all that long.
Not really. I started, I guess it's kind of a hard question to answer because I started in 2004, but I've really only been skimboarding for probably about 3 years or so. I skimboarded the first year in 2004. 05 was the flood, so there pretty much was no skimboarding because can't skimboard in 10-foot, 20-foot deep water, obviously. And then I served an LDS mission, and the next year when I got home, I got in a skimboarding accident and punctured and collapsed my lung and broke 3 ribs, so I was out for that year.
Do you know what's sad about that? It's on YouTube.
I know.
I saw that on YouTube, and I was going to ask you about it because I'm glad you brought it up. I couldn't even watch it.
Yeah,
I watched part of it, and I was like, ah!
Be sure to check that one out. That's pretty good.
So Addison's punctured lung is on YouTube. You can check that out, as well as all the cool tricks he can do. Whatever got you kind of started in skimboarding?
Just a couple of my friends invited me one day, and we just went down to the river, and I tried it out. They kind of showed me how to do it, and I don't know, I was hooked from the first day. So like that summer, me and my friends just went basically every single day, just hung out down at the river. It's a lot of fun. So. Did
you just naturally did you just hop on and you're like, I'm amazing at this? Or did it take a while?
No, it definitely took a while, and there was a lot of progression from year to year as things went on. But yeah, it definitely takes a lot of practice. But I mean, obviously, if I loved it from day one, it's obviously fun to do, and you can definitely get better as you practice. So.
Well, that makes me feel better, because I've been trying now for several weeks and I'm terrible. So maybe keep your fingers crossed.
Just keep practicing.
But now you're sponsored. You're actually a sponsored athlete. So tell me, who are your sponsors?
I ride for Dashboard Skimboards. You can visit their website at www.dbskimboards.com. Check it out. They sell some great boards, clothes, accessories, all kinds of things. So yeah, definitely check that out. And I'm also sponsored by Logo Clothing. It's a clothing company. Sells some great clothes. So you can also look at their website, logoclothingco.com. And
what does it mean to be sponsored? I mean, you actually travel around and compete, right?
Yeah, every once in a while I'll go to a competition out of state. So this next month, around July 17th, I think is when it is, I'm going to a competition in Washington State. So, and then they have the one here as well. So I'm going to be competing in 2 in the next month or so.
Well, and I think skimboarding, a lot of people don't really understand what it is, but, and I'm going to try and explain what I know, and then I'm going to have Addison jump in because I'm probably going to sound like an idiot. But you've got, in fact, I brought a skimboard because I told you, I wasn't lying, I've actually been trying to learn how to skimboard. So here's my skimboard. See, it's even dirty. It's a little bit dirty, so you can tell that I've actually been trying to do it.
Yeah.
But you throw this through the water and then run and jump on, right?
Right, yeah.
So you go to a competition, what is the object of the competition? Like, how do you get scored?
Basically just by the kind of tricks you do, because it's not all about just riding the skimboard. It's a sport that's basically like skateboarding, but on water. So, I mean, there's a lot of tricks are based on skateboarding tricks. So the judging really goes by who does the best tricks, and that's basically how it's scored. So.
And by tricks, you mean, because I went and checked out kind of the areas around here that people skimboard, and I didn't even know this, but there are ramps and all sorts of different things to jump off of in the water, right? And it's done in, how deep is the water that you skimboard in?
The prime skimboarding depth is probably about an inch or so. So it can be up to like 1 to 4 or 5 inches or so would work. You want deeper water to ollie out of. You can actually ollie on a skimboard and pop the board out of the water and everything. So yeah, you need depth in the water to do that. So.
Well, and before we run out of time, I definitely want to make sure that we get this in there, because people who want to try skimboarding around here, where are some of the best places to go to try it out?
The most popular and probably best place to go is down at what's called the waterfall. It's right by Mill Creek High School, if anyone knows where that is, and by the Dinosaur Museum. It's just off of Riverside Drive. So there's that spot right there. It's a great spot to go. So.
And there's jumps and all sorts of things already there for you to try out.
Yeah, there's usually some ramps and rails and different things that you can do. So yeah. Well,
and so if you win a skimboarding competition, what kind of stuff do you win? Do you win money?
Yeah, there's actually $1,000 purse at this competition here in St. George, and they have cash prizes at other competitions, and you can win boards and all kinds of things.
Yeah, and that was something that I talked about earlier, because there's a wakeboarding competition coming up here, and are you going to be in the one here in St. George?
I am.
You're competing in this one, and it's what, on the 10th, July 10th?
It is.
And where's it at?
It's at that spot that I just talked about at the waterfall down at the Virgin River.
So people can come either watch you compete or compete themselves. And if you're new to the sport, can you still compete?
Yeah, anyone can compete. There's just a $5 or $10 admission fee, I believe. So yeah, it's not that bad. Anyone can compete. They don't have to be good or anything. So. What
do you need to know when buying a board?
You definitely want to get a board that's good, because I mean, you don't want to really get a cheap board if you're going to plan on doing it for a while. If it's something that you only plan on doing for a year or so, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter what kind of board you're getting, but I mean, I really like DB boards, dashboard.
Is there, I mean, does the size of your board matter? Does how much you weigh matter?
Yeah, the weight and size of the board does matter. The bigger the board, the bigger the person. Usually when you buy a board, they have weight classes for different boards, so you can kind of find out what board would be best for you according to your weight.
So they'll help you out. So are there any tricks, like new kind of crazy extreme tricks you're working on right now?
Right now, I kind of am. It's kind of difficult.
So what tricks are you working on? Or are they like top secret?
No, I'm trying to pop my board up and do a 180 and then kind of smack it with my hand and make it do a 360 kind of spin in the air and land back down on the water and jump back on. So that's what I'm working on right now, but it's kind of hard.
Definitely, if you want to see if maybe Addison will try that at this competition on the 10th, go check it out. You can sign up or find out more about it at St. George City's website. That's where you sign up. And thank you so much, Addison, for being on.
Not a problem.
I'm going to keep trying on my board. I'm going to need a lot more practice. But make sure you tune in next week. DJ Lex is going to be back on with me talking about the things that he has going on. He's going to be my co-host. Check us out online, gooddaydixie.com, and we'll see you next week.